Hi there and welcome back to Car Scoop, and yes, today we are being treated to a very intimate profile of the 2022 Audi RS5. Now see, Audi with their performance cars, the RS lines, really do treat your eyes with exquisite lines when it comes to these types of cars of theirs. And to be honest, it's one of the sexiest cars out on the road, in my opinion, at the moment. You might think, yeah, from the front, it kind of looks like a very sexy Manta Ray, but yeah, no, this car's hot as hell. Now, having dashingly good sporty looks isn't really what an Audi RS5 is all about, even though it does contribute to it quite a lot. Now, this car has a 2.9 twin-turbo engine under the hood, and it's a V6 as well that'll give you about 444 brake horsepower with this car. And something that's very, very interesting, now this V6 has been configured in what Audi calls a hot V, which increases acceleration capacity of this car, which makes it a very fun car to drive and very responsive. Now, one of the things that's a fantastic feature about this particular Audi RS5 is the fact that it has the blacked out badges and this black trim all around the car. But this little black piece of skirting is also accentuated by something that is very Audi and is very unique, is the oval exhaust pipes, which just gives this car a much bigger and a more aggressive look. Interior styling of the Audi RS5 is pretty awesome and second to none. I mean, you have this carbon fiber feel, exposed metal type thing going on here, and with the brushed metal on the steering wheel and with the machined aluminium flappy paddles on this car, it just feels like you are in absolute sports luxury. Now, this car has different driving modes, or should you also want to take it out onto the track, so which makes it pretty cool. But one of the things that caught my eye is the fact that on the cluster of the car, you have a G-force meter to show you the type of G's that you're putting when you take it into a turn. And speaking of turn, this car actually goes around a corner, and because of the quattro system that this car has, it kind of sticks to the road like, you know, a gold digger to a geriatric billionaire. The interior comfort of the Audi RS5 is pretty much flawless, because you can treat it to this honeycomb design on these Napa leather seats. And I must confess that this is one of the most comfortable seats to sit in when it comes to a high performance car. Now, in terms of space for people in the back, you don't really get treated to a lot of legroom, but the Audi RS5 also comes in a 4-door option, which makes it a little bit more comfortable for the people sitting in the back. But Audi does look after the people in the back by having a very unique piece of air conditioning equipment here that keeps the back seat cool, which, should you be taking a trip in the back of this car, it'll make it pretty comfortable. Now, this being a high performance car, like we love to do on the show, is to listen what the exhaust system sounds like when you give it a bit of a rev. Now, this is what it sounds like on dynamic mode, which is still pretty sexy. But now we're going to put it into RS mode, which is basically track mode. And listen to this. Oh, the entire car actually shakes. Oh my word, I love my job. This car is really making me feel like a kid with a brand new toy, and the absolute joy, I don't know if you can tell by looking at my face. Oh, it is amazing. Oh, the acceleration, the pedal response, the suspension of this car, the braking, everything you want is literally just there. The thing that bothers me about the 2022 Audi RS5 is that when you drive it on South African roads, there's not a lot of room for 444 horsepower to gallop. But when you do get yourself a clean little spot, this car goes like a Boeing. This is pure joy. For a sports car, the Audi RS5 makes you feel extremely at home. I mean, you have this beautiful suede leather interior trim that just kind of hugs you and just welcomes you into the car. And speaking of welcoming you into the car, when you get into it, you can create your own personal profile on the infotainment system, and the car actually greets you by name. A few standard features that you get with the Audi RS5 is this wonderful panoramic sunroof that brings in quite a bit of natural light, and you get yourself a wireless charger right underneath your elbow. So in my opinion, the Audi RS5 2022 model is pretty much one of my favorite cars that I've ever driven in my life, with great response, great styling and fantastic looks. I mean, wow, this thing is amazing. Now this car is available from Avari Cars in Mainland for only 1.6 million and has 23,000 kilometers on the clock. If you would like to see this vehicle, just go to have a pop in there by the guys from Avari in Mainland and just tell them you want to have a look and maybe take it for a test drive. But until next time, we'll see you around.